And the other topic on developing leaders, again, I alluded to this earlier, it is mandatory, it is key essential that we mentor young adults. And they may not even be young adults, they may be young adults in that profession, but we have to have a mentor program. Now, I'm sure leaders can't do it all, but you have secondary leaders, third level leaders, and we got a mentor. Now, I believe as a former assistant principal of prep high school for 4 years, I think the education system does this very well. When a new teacher comes out of college and they start in the school system, for 3 years, they're assigned a mentor. And every year that mentor changes. Now, why is that? So they don't get stovepipe. And the reason why the education system did that is because they looked at statistics back in the 70s and the 80s, and they learned that the attrition rate for first, second, and third year teachers was 85%. They were leaving. They had gone to school for 4 years, become a teacher, did the internship, but when they got in the classroom, they couldn't take it after the first year, second year, and third year. So the attrition rate was terrible. So they said, we need to mentor these teachers. They've gone to have the education. Once they started that mentorship program with young teachers, the attrition rate was cut to 40%. Now, how do we mentor on this fast-paced transportation world that we live in? You've got to have programs set up. So when they come in, you got to give them the mission statement. You got to give them their duty descriptions in writing. See, sometimes we think communication is just verbal. We got to put it in writing and tell them, listen, you need to go home and read this, and then call them in periodically. Call them in the military officers. We have officers' evaluation reports. So we are called in every 60 days, and we have a contract to say, this is your job description, this is what I need for you to do, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then in 60 days, you come back and revisit it. Well, did you accomplish this? You didn't accomplish this. We need to work on this. Do you need some help with this? That's mentoring, putting it in writing, doing a follow-up, and ensuring that they understand it, and then not being so hard on subordinate leaders if they don't accomplish these things, because that's the purpose of mentorship. Because when they become leaders, now they will be sympathetic to when I was a subordinate, I had someone mentor me. The mentor process is a cycle. It goes around. You're at the bottom, you move up to mid-grade, you move up to senior, and then on our way out, when we get ready to retire, then we should be pouring back in. After we retire, we shouldn't sit at home every day. We should come back to the office, come back to the unit, come back to the organization, and say, hey, I will teach a mentor class today. Mentorship develops leaders. Leaders, again, it's the third time I'll say this, if you don't train your people, they're going to train themselves.